Oh, that is fantastic.
Wonderful. What's up, Pete?
I just want Twitter followers. Jim Norton has the fun. I don't follow that many comedians. I should, but I laugh my ass off at your.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your Twitter. People should, if they don't
good.
follow you, you have some funny shit. That
Thank you, buddy.
Dr. Laura thing was. I forget, but I don't know if you did a lot. But there was one. I was on the air in my show, not paying attention to my show, reading your Twitter. And I like squealed during like a poignant moment, and it was about that. But I just that's why I'm here.
Just to get Twitter followers?
I peaked.
Yeah,
I can't get any more.
That's it.
Whatever the strength or weakness of my radio show or anything else I have going for myself, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm begging people just to sign up, because the demographic that listens to political radio is like 65. So I'm just, please create a Twitter account just to add me.
Yeah,
so it looks like I have some heat.
They don't like using those modern computers, the demo. Yeah,
Well, they only go just so far. They're not going to start. Like, my dad likes the computer, but he's not going to get a Twitter account. What is he? My dad says, "What do I have to tweet about?" Or tweet, pronounces it wrong. But so I can't get any more. So at Pete's Big Mouth, if I could get 2 new O&A Twitter followers, that would make my day.
That is the sad part of Twitter, because it shows you your place.
Yes.
In the Twitterverse.
I never look.
My numbers are slowing down too, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna get.
I never look.
Pete's Big Mouth, please.
I don't even know how many followers I have.
See,
I never
you do.
look.
You do.
Swear
you
to you.
do. You have to.
Pete's
you
Big
know
Mouth.
about. You know about.
No, I have no
estimate.
clue.
Just guess, and then we'll find out and tell you.
I'm not gonna look.
Done?
30,000.
30,000.
Yeah.
Do we have do we know?
30,000. Right on the nose.
Is it really?
How many do I have?
30,000. Right on the nose.
No. Oh, 42.9.
Wow. I have 16.
1,000 or 16?
16.
16.
And 7 of them are accounts I created. Please add me.
Dude, I can't find that Dr. Laura tweet. I hope they better not have taken it off.
They better not have.
I heard
Why would
Facebook
they?
won't allow marijuana ads or something yesterday. I read that.
Really?
Yeah, they're like they won't allow medical marijuana legalization pop-ups or something on
Really?
Facebook. I can't imagine anybody saying you can't advertise this or that.
Yeah, I can.
No, I mean
I can
online though. Online, like
imagine
if you go to
them
some
doing that shit.
if you go to some liberal blog, they'll have hardcore right-wing conservative campaign ads.
Oh, right, yeah,
Because they just whatever they don't censor. They make money, and they know that people are interested in politics, and they put the ads up.
Yeah, whatever gives them money. Whatever.
Why would Facebook? You think most of the people on Facebook aren't smoking pot? Aren't somehow?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that is kind of an
It's a
odd
weird
thing.
one, right? And the guy that runs it 25.
Is it some kind of a morality thing? Is this person that runs it like one of these?
What's more moral than smoking pot?
I don't know why they wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, it's silly.
I didn't really read that much about it. I just heard something.
I found the Dr. Laura tweet. We're making it about me.
Yeah,
I never read my own tweets.
Well, please, that one.
Please.
Is there only one?
I think so.
'Cause I wanna-
Dr. Laura Schlesinger had to apologize for saying the N-word on her show. What a headline. Cunt, sorry for saying nigger.
I squealed at that.
Squealed.
I did. I made that squeaky noise that you pee just a tiny bit with during when we were talking about some dead family or something.
Very
it was
cheesy.
really
Read my own tweet.
I'm
out of place.
I'm looking up at a Good Day New York, of course, and they're interviewing some gentleman who is wearing the "I hate white people" outfit. He is Imam Sheikh Musa Drama, Islamic Cultural Center of North America.
Cool.
I guess this guy is,
A moderate, I'm sure.
yeah.
Comes down in an unpredictable side of the issue. So you'd have no idea where he stands.
What is a moderate? Is there a moderate?
A moderate Muslim is one who believes in swabbing your neck with alcohol before cutting your head off. No, a moderate Muslim is like this imam here for this mosque at Ground Zero. I think it's a guy who believes that he wants people to get along, but even a moderate will always go in and find the asterisk, as we've been saying, as to why the U.S. brings it on themselves. Even a moderate, none of them will actually condemn for real the actions of radical Islam without saying, but the U.S. must, but the U.S. must.
They were in here and they spilled blood and they did this and they. All right, and then we as Americans have to sit there and go, well, we asked for it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a very subtle. It's a very, very subtle root cause argument to justify the behavior.
So there is. So a moderate Muslim is someone who you say they don't really mean it when they condemn?
No, I think that they mean it. I think that they don't like it because, most importantly for them, it makes the religion look bad. But I think on some...
Terrorism.
Yes. But I think on some level, they understand it. Or they don't... I would say that they wouldn't say it's a good thing, but they're like, well, when people are pushed, like almost like when there's an abortion clinic bombing. Maybe radical Christians agree with it, but most Christians go, that's despicable. That's disgusting that he killed an abortion doctor. There's no, but the unborn, it's like, that. You know what I mean? There's no excuse with it.
Yeah,
so I think even moderate Muslims get caught up in that.
There always seems to be some kind of
one of the arguments that I've been making now for me to come on and ever defend religions is makes my stomach turn, because I'm a very anti-organized religious guy. There's certainly some good things in all religions, but I would prefer that we don't build any more mosques, churches, or synagogues at all. I would love that. I mean, in many ways. That being said, the freedom to not go to church on Sunday is the greatest thing in the world. The freedom that I don't have to bore my kids and scare the hell out of them.
Scary monster stories of old.
Yeah, it to me is a great freedom that we have, and so you have to, obviously, I think everybody agrees, defend the right to worship, right?
Of course.
The right to, but the thing that one of the points I've been making an argument, ironically enough, from a national security point of view, which is all this protesting and hatred and rhetoric and the signs and everything. It's not helping us become more secure. You can't just win militarily. So I talked to a lot of national security guys, a lot of FBI, counterterrorism specialists, and members of the military, and they say that's not helping. All of that is not helping. If we're trying to win hearts and minds in Afghanistan, seeing images like the ones we're seeing from these protests and hearing all the hatred towards Islam, even if there's nothing wrong with it, you could say whatever you want, it doesn't help. It doesn't help the propaganda war, and that's coming from CIA and FBI agents. So basically, we're really writing Bin Laden's next video script by being out there and saying you can't build a mosque.
How is it always our fucking fault?
Really
I'm not saying it's our fault.
No,
I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying it doesn't help. You can't. It's Anthony. It's just not that simple. This whole conflict, right?
I don't think Americans showing that they do not want this mosque being put where it's going to be put. I don't think them protesting and showing signs hurts this at all.
I agree.
They're
hurts what?
Hurts our relationship with people that hate us anyway.
It creates more people,
and
it creates more people to hate you.
No,
I don't think so.
But I didn't make that up. That's not my opinion. That's the opinion of people who interrogate Al Qaeda members.
But hold on, Pete. A lot of people would say.
I'm saying I'm not. This isn't my opinion. It's not how I feel.
But I bet there'd be a lot of law enforcement agents and FBI and stuff that would come out and say, no, I am all for the protesting. I don't want to see the mosque built
I would
there.
love to have that guy on my show. I would love to. I'm searching him out.
I think there would be a lot.
What about the blame on Islam or radical Islam for creating the hatred? It's almost like it implies that they're rational people and that it's not religious fanaticism and that it is only by our actions that they react with hatred.
Right.
How about, for once, people look at it like it is radical Islam that is teaching that what we do is disgusting. This is the same basic foundation of the religion that says this couple ran away together and they're disgraced their parents. They should have rocks thrown at them.
But how do you become radical of any religion? How do you become a fundamentalist of any religion? What in life let's talk about America. What in life makes my crazy cousin become a born again?
I think,
when she grew up a whore. When she grew, at what point does she say, "Oh, I found Jesus"?
I think
what brings her there? What is it? It's a person, a mentor, an experience, a something. It's some equally more nutty person who tells her everything she did when she had sex and when she did was so wrong, and she has to denounce them. She has to raise kids that are just as nutty as she is, and that's the. You said these. Why not denounce the radical? Why not? See, we live in different worlds, you and I, when we talk about these things. Yours is more black and white, and mine is more gray. I think that's oftentimes the difference sometimes between conservatives and liberals. But I like to understand why someone would ever hate America, want to attack America. I want to understand why that. And because they're told shit about America that isn't true, or they see imagery like Abu Ghraib.
No, but in a way, in a way, it's funny they're outraged about Abu Ghraib, and yet they didn't have 1 ounce of balls when Saddam was torturing everybody in the country.
Of course they did. That's untrue. They tried to kill him. That's not true, Jimmy. They did have 1 ounce of balls. A lot of people died protesting, trying to kill him.
Like, the way that they have come after the U.S. forces, there was not that kind of internal strife when Saddam was there.
Just because you say there wasn't doesn't mean there wasn't.
I think we would have heard about it. There wasn't.
You can't say because I didn't hear something, it didn't happen.
You can't say
all the time.
You can't say just because it makes your argument that, yes, there was. You can't tell me that the same type of anger
I've seen it and I've read
and
about
the same type of fighting against Saddam's forces that are being used against, where police stations are being constantly bombed and suicide bombings every day and truck bombings every day. Absolutely not.
I'll give you one piece of evidence. If you want to give me a piece of evidence to counter, I like to argue with real things that happen. After we went in '91 and got them the hell out of Kuwait, we encouraged the Shias to stand up and go after Saddam. We said, we got your back, and then we abandoned them, and they were slaughtered.
Yes.
That is an example of them going after Saddam. So
thinking that we were backing them up. Thinking that, and you're right. It was sickening that the U.S. I don't know why the U.S. walked away. I'm guessing because they felt other countries would not back us up in any type of a conflict there because of Israel. The whole thing with Israel, Saddam said if fucking Israel's involved, he's going to attack it. There was a whole fucking thing with Israel where it was a very, very delicate balance. So I'm guessing that might be it, but that was disgraceful.
Kids walking around, 18-year-old kid, Muslim kid. Let's say he lives in Egypt, right? He doesn't have a job. There's not much going on, and somebody comes up to him and says, "Hey, why don't you come join our club?" He says, "No, I'm not interested." "No, you ought to come join our club. Well, check this out." And he's a stupid kid who's got nothing going on, and he sees these images from these protests. He sees all the propaganda bullshit that they put together to radicalize these guys so they can become expendables for their disgusting cause and strap a vest on, and it works.
Like the 19 guys that were actually, or the guys that were living here and guys that learned to fly planes. These are not stupid men. These are not uneducated men. It's based in religious fanaticism. They had a chance to see America.
Why did they do that? Why did they? Again, a lot of them were stupid,
that's
Jimmy.
Irrelevant
Sorry, they were stupid.
That's irrelevant to me.
A lot of them were
did it.
stupid.
You know what?
Followers of
I'll
yeah,
tell
they
you.
were. They might have been great at flying a plane. But they were totally radicalized. That makes, in my opinion, and I think you share it, it's pretty stupid.
I don't care why
there is a.
You should care why they do.
Not at all. It's not my business.
I'll tell you why. I think it's pretty simple. Tell you the truth. I think that radical Islam and even some moderate Islam, the religion itself looks upon us as being decadent, evil people, just in the way we live. Fuck the signs, fuck the protests, fuck us doing whatever we do militarily around the world, world police, whatever. Just us living our lives, spending money, buying things. They don't like that. It's looked upon as being against their religion, against their God. They have to live in shit because their religion tells them to, for the most part. And they look upon us as decadent people whose lifestyle is against what they believe. And we have to be destroyed, much like Israel has to be wiped off the face of the earth.
What about the Netherlands?
So it doesn't matter what we do.
What about the rest of the world? Why don't they?
We're
don't they feel
the
that
big
way?
boys on the block.
Yeah,
is what it is.
The West.
So we are the.
But what I'm talking about though is how.
And by the way, they
someone
do have
gets
strife everywhere. Everywhere Islam exists, there is strife, and you can't. There's problems everywhere.
No, that has a lot to do with socioeconomics and not as much necessarily.
How about
to do
the
with
religion is fanatical? How about they are where Christianity was a few hundred years ago, but now weapons are more. I'm not saying Christianity's had a better history. It's just longer.
It has to do with whether or not you have a resource to. I mean, there's not a lot of strife in Saudi Arabia. They have
right. It's one of the richest countries, and that's where most of the radicals come from. So it's not based in poverty.
Not necessarily where most of the radicals come from.
Oh, dude, that is
you can't say where most of the